What's going on, guys? Gomes here, back again on another MLB The Show 20 Diamond Dynasty video. Today we are going to go through a much requested topic that a lot of people have been asking me to do, and that is budget cards. How to build a great team for not a whole lot of stubs. We're going to be looking at gold cards and diamond cards. Nonetheless, these are all great budget options that are really going to help you win games. But before we get into this one, make sure to leave a like down below. It helps out the channel immensely. Subscribe if you guys are new. Been killing it so far. Keep up the support and always be ready for when I post new videos. So without further ado, let's get right into this one. We have quite a few players to talk about, and the way I'm going to orchestrate this or structure it is I'm not going to talk about XP players or evolution players. That's pretty obvious. Those are budget cards, and we're going to go over a under 5,000 stub price point and a under 15,000 stub price point, which I still think is a budget, considering that that is pretty much the low tier live series diamonds and such. But let's start off with our catcher position. The best budget catcher for under 5k is definitely Gary Sanchez. Not really even remotely close for that matter. He is super good. He's not great defensively, but you can't have everything for under 2,000 stubs. But he has 88 and 90 power. Power is king. I'm gonna mention that a lot in this video. Even with the hitting nerf, power is still very important, and especially with the big PCI sizes, if you're just starting playing the game online, that vision is going to be perfectly fine for you. This is the best starter catcher that you could have. In terms of the other option, I don't really have one. I would say put your creative player at catcher. There's not a lot of great budget catcher options. If we're going to think about catchers in general, there's Buster Posey, there's Adley Rutschman, but some of those you're not going to get for a while, and I don't really love any of the team affinity catchers, so I would say your Cap would be technically the best guy that you could put at catcher. Let's move over to first base. First base always has tons of options this year, no exception. Max Muncy. This card is probably one of my favorites I have used this entire year. I'll show you my statistics with him. Hitting 425, 1,175 slugging percentage, 9 home runs, and 40 at-bats. He's super good. Once again, not a whole lot of vision, but he has 88 and 82 power, and I just mash with him. I do actually play him at second base. You can do either or. A lot of these guys have good secondary positions, but he is a first baseman. Super great swing, ton of attributes, great starter card for 1.5k. And then Matt Olson is another one. This card in general is really good. 94 and 80 power, 72 contact against righties, 90 fielding, 94 reaction. And I also want to talk about team affinity. Now I'm gonna mention a couple team affinity cards, the diamonds here, and team affinity can be quite cheap. If you want to see my video talking about how to get them cheap and fast, video up in the top right hand corner, you can really pave your own path. Do you want to play March to October? Do you want to do exchanges, or do you want to play showdown? It really all depends what you want to do, but as I mentioned in that video, you should always be doing this 250 innings as well as their mission, which is going to get you 10 points of the way. And if you already have the collection done, you're already 2/5 or 2/5 of the way to your diamond player, and then it's going to cost you probably about 10k to do the exchanges. So in general, I would imagine anywhere between 15k and lower for these cards for team affinity. So yes, they do constitute within the budget constrictions, and he's even better. 95 fielding, 94 reaction, not a whole bunch of speed, but 104 and 90 power, 58 vision, super great left-handed power swing. Big fan of that Matt Olson card right there. Moving on to second base, we're moving right back into team affinities. This card is super good. I've heard from a lot of people, and just on paper, his attributes, I'm gonna get the Rays team affinity done pretty soon. 95 and 82 contact, mid-30s power, 88 vision, 81 fielding, 80 reaction, 95 speed as a switch hitter. You don't have power, but you have gold defense, near maxed out speed, near maxed out stealing, and 95 and 82 contact with 90 vision as a switch hitter. That isn't even fair. Only at 25 team affinity points as well. Get yourself this Xavier Edwards if you guys are running a budget squad. For the Houston Astros, they do have a pretty dang good team affinity. That is Carlos Correa. I do recommend him over a Playing him at second base opposed to shortstop just because I like to have a little bit more speed at shortstop. 63 doesn't exactly cut it, and he's still going to have silver defense at a 76, which is a silver shield, with 97 arm, which is going to be really helpful on cutoffs, 95 power versus righties, 75 against lefties, 76, 99 contact against left-handers with 67 vision. This is just an all-around great card. I would play him at second base. You can play him at shortstop. You have gold defense there. Nonetheless, get yourself this Carlos Correa, another guy on my shopping list. Moving over to third base, we are going back to the market. There is a great third baseman for not a whole lot of stubs. He is a live series. We are talking about Josh Donaldson right here. He's going to start the year off at an 82. We'll see what happens once if we ever return play this season. 86 and 80 power, 51 vision, 80 fielding, 93 reaction. Not a whole lot of speed. That's the drawback of this card. Another option is Eugenio Suarez there as well. I just personally don't love his swing. I do love Josh Donaldson's swing though, and Rat really puts him on this video. Another one, this is actually a collection reward for one of the cheapest teams to collect. That's going to be the San Francisco Giants because they don't have any good players. Matt Williams, super good card. 70s across the board, 71, 76 contact, 77 power against lefties, gold defense, 80 arm strength, 52 speed. Can play him at shortstop as well. Really balanced card, and he has a pretty good swing. Not my favorite, but not bad from the card that I used him on last year. Moving over to shortstop, another team affinity gold, and this is probably even better maybe than Xavier Edwards. O'Neal Cruz, 60 and 67 contact, 86 and 80 power, 58 vision, 90 arm strength at shortstop with 78 speed, and he is a lefty batter. I really like the statistics on this card. If you want to play him in the corner outfield, you can as well. Plenty enough speed to do that. Really like this Pirates 25-point team affinity as well. Moving on to another team affinity diamond, we're looking at Fernando Tatis Jr. And in my opinion, he is the best shortstop out of him, Gleyber, and Correa. You can debate who is the best hitting wise, but he's the best shortstop. Has the most fielding, has the most arm. Accuracy is not great, but you're probably not going to really need that much, of course, with the button accuracy meter. And then he has 90 speed, a lot better than Correa and Gleyber Torres for damn sure. 87, 90 contact, 85 and 80 power versus lefties, about 50 vision. That's the downside, but still great stats across the board from this Tatis Jr. Moving over to left field, the outfield, there's not a whole lot of great budget options from what I have seen, but left field does have a couple guys. Has a lot of offensive players, but I cannot recommend you somebody who has 45 speed with a good heart. I do not feel comfortable doing that. But this is a not live series card. This is Adam Dunn. 108 power against righties, 75 against lefties, 82 arm, not bad, 52 vision. Obviously play him out in left or first base if you would like to do that, but this Adam Dunn, pretty solid across the board, and he can still catch fly balls unlike JD Martinez. Joey Gallo, he's definitely a budget option. Of course, if you can do the team affinity, if you have some extra stubs, do the team affinity, but the AL West in particular is going to cost you a little bit more, and this Gallo's still really good, except don't look at the vision. Once you move up to higher ranks and higher difficulties, that will be an issue, but 100 plus power per side, if you're playing on anywhere between like the 0s and 500s rating, you're gonna have no problem. Great defense, near maxed out arm strength. Really like this Joey Gallo card, and again, a very good swing on him as well. Moving over to center field, we're looking at a shortstop who can also play center. That's Trey Turner. I said power's king. Well, speed is queen then in that matter. Speed is super important this year. Small ball is a great tactic that a lot of people use. It's annoying for your opponent. You can steal and you can put pressure on them and make them take the focus away from your hitter rather to your base runner. 78, 84 contact, 60 power against righties, 70 vision. Not great fielding, but he's going to have a ton of range out there in center field if you want to play him there. Can also play short, however, I would not recommend it. 56 reaction and 66 arm is too low to play in the hole, in my opinion. And then also Chris Granderson. He is a great option. He is found in the first inning player program. Get this card for sure. He's going to cost you nothing except a little bit of time. 100 power against lefties, 82 power against righties, 6370 contact, 50 vision, 79 fielding, 70 speed with a great swing. Once again, a lot of these guys, like I said, have great swings that I really love myself. Moving on to right field, the last position we're going to talk about before we get into pitchers. We're going to talk about Chris Bryant at right field. Now, he's going to have common defense, which is kind of tough, but like I said, outfielders are kind of hard to find budget options for. There's guys like Kiermaier, but you want to at least make contact with the ball. 67 speed is still good enough out there in the outfield. 92 and 96 splits against lefties, 77-72 against right-handers with 60 vision. And Chris Bryant has a pretty good swing, not my favorite, but not bad. And then for right fielders, George Springer is very good. I loved using his Live Series Diamond card last year. Give this card a shot. He has a lot better fielding than he did last year as well. 80 power across the board, 73-77 contact, 80 arm strength, 70 speed. Love this swing. Again, give him a shot. He's going for just 12K. Really like the looks of George Springer. Let's move on to our starting pitchers. The first gold that I want to mention is going to be Orel Hershiser. Great looking card right here. You can get him in an XP pack also on the market. 77 hit 9, 81 K9, 71 walk 9. Best pitches that you can pretty much have: a sinker, cutter, curveball, changeup, and four seam. Pretty good. He doesn't throw that hard, but once again, you can't have everything once you're starting out your team. Only going to throw about 92, 93 on that four seam heater, but he does have a pretty slow curveball in comparison, only at 76 miles per hour. And a lot of people really have trouble picking up Hershiser, even this gold variation. So give him a try. Thor is back and better than ever, baby, because he has the outlier quirk. He's going to throw a sinker about 97, 98, maybe even 99 miles per hour with that outlier quirk. Super good. I faced him a couple times. I had a hard time picking him up. The sinker is just as overpowered as it was last year, and then a good slider and curveball to supplement. Really good card in Thor. Also going to throw over 100 miles per hour on that four-seam fastball. And one team affinity card I want to talk about is going to be the Rays team affinity. I think this is a great one this year. That's why I want to complete it. Blake Snell has probably the glitchiest delivery in the game. Doesn't look like it's going to get patched. They missed their opportunity. They didn't do such, so I don't think it will. 100 K9, 88 hit 9, 63 walk 9. Control isn't great. I'm almost certain they're going to buff pitcher control at some point in a recent patch. Then going to throw 98 miles per hour on that four-seam heater, so really good card in Blake Snell. And I can't stress enough how good the delivery is. That makes or breaks a pitcher, and it is super hard to pick up on. Moving to our relievers, we're going to talk about two right-handers. The first one is going to be Roberto Osuna. I think he dropped one pitch from last year, but still great slurve, changeup, cutter, and a four-seamer. Still going to come in at about 99 to 100 miles per hour. 90 hit 9, 79 K9, 86 walk per 9. Super good across the board. Has velo and has control. Sometimes pretty hard to find both of those. And then Lee Smith, love this card. Going to throw 100 miles per hour. Has a forkball, even better than a changeup at times in my opinion. A slider and a cutter. 95 hit 9, 97 K9, and decent enough control at 50 walk per 9. Then moving on to a couple lefties. The first one is going to be Andrew Miller, only at 2,000 stubs. He's going to have 3 pitches, 2 fastballs, a slider. Lefty budget relievers are very hard to find. Lefties are at a premium. Andrew Miller's pretty good. 97 K9, 92 hit 9. Would definitely recommend this card if you're starting out. And then Tayrod, really been liking this card as well. Only 3 pitches, but he does have a sinker, a slider, a curveball. Would like to see a changeup in there, but he has a lot more control than Andrew Miller and is still going to throw that sinker at about 97 miles per hour. So those are the best budget cards in MLB The Show 20 in my opinion right now. Of course, they're going to be adding a ton of cards soon within the new player programs. We're having a new legend, I believe, on Tuesday for the headliner packs. New prospects coming on Friday as well. But these are the best budget cards. Let me know in the comment section what guys you are running, if you're running a no money spent or a budget squad team. Did I miss anybody? Who are your favorite budget players? Leave a like if you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys have a great rest of the day. There comes out.